Did you know that almost 9 out of 10 major engine failures could have been avoided? Sounds hard to believe, but it's true. My car has over 700,000 miles on the odometer, and it still runs smooth, strong, and quiet, like the day I bought it. No fancy parts, no secret formula, just 13 simple habits that anyone can follow. The surprising truth is this: most engines don't die from abuse, they die from neglect. It's the small things we ignore, the skipped oil change, the low coolant, the careless warm-up, that slowly destroy what could have lasted a lifetime. Habit number 13, the leak trap. Let's make this clear. There's no such thing as a small oil leak. That slow drip you've been ignoring in your driveway isn't harmless. It's a ticking bomb waiting to ruin your engine. I once saw a $3 gasket leak destroy an entire motor. The owner brushed it off, thinking it was just a seep. 6 months later, that leak soaked the timing belt, caused it to slip, and bent every valve in the engine. The result was a total loss. Oil leaks don't just stain concrete, they destroy your car from the inside out. They rot rubber belts, short out electrical connectors, damage oxygen sensors, and in some cases, can even start engine fires when oil drips onto hot exhaust parts. Modern turbocharged engines naturally burn small amounts of oil, which means your oil level can drop faster than you think. By the time that warning light flickers, you're already a quart low, and every rotation of your crankshaft is grinding metal against metal. Grab a flashlight, crawl under your car, and look for warning signs: dark stains, crusty buildup, or the faint smell of burning oil. These are red flags. Fix the problem while it's small, because once that minor leak turns major, you'll wish you had listened sooner. In the end, a few drops today can cost you an engine tomorrow. Habit number 12, the rule of one oil. Changing your oil is only half the battle. Using the right oil is the real secret weapon. Too many drivers grab whatever's cheap, assuming all oils are the same. But that's like feeding junk food to an athlete and expecting world records. When you see something like 5W30, those numbers aren't random. They tell the story of how that oil behaves. The 5W refers to how thin it stays in cold weather. The lower the number, the easier it flows when your engine wakes up on a cold morning. The 30 represents its thickness at operating temperature, how well it protects once things heat up. Now imagine pouring 10W40 into an engine designed for 5W30. You've just forced your oil pump to work overtime and starved your pistons of proper lubrication. That's not just inefficient, it's mechanical sabotage. Conventional oil breaks down faster and can't handle modern engine stress, while synthetic oil is built differently. It lasts longer, resists heat, flows smoothly in freezing cold, and provides better protection under pressure. That's why it's the top choice for anyone aiming to reach 500,000 miles or more. Synthetic blends can work for older engines with minor leaks, but they're not ideal for long-term performance. The rule is simple. Read your owner's manual and follow what it says. Never assume and never trust close enough advice from a quick lube rookie. The wrong oil won't just dull your performance, it will quietly eat your engine alive. 11th habit, the 5,000-mile rule. You've heard the commercials. Synthetic oil lasts 15,000 miles. Sounds convenient, right? But that's marketing hype, not mechanical truth. Inside your engine, oil is the lifeblood, and like blood, it can't stay clean forever. I believe every new engine deserves its first oil change at 1,000 miles. Why? Because that first flush removes the microscopic metal shavings left over from factory machining, the kind that can slice through bearings and seals over time. After that, stick to a rhythm. Change your oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles or every 6 months. No excuses. Don't wait for warning lights or funny noises. By the time your car starts whispering, it's already too late. I've seen oil so thick, it looked like molten tar choking the life out of engines. If you do your own oil changes, don't just drain and fill. Cut open the old oil filter, spread out the pleats, and check for tiny metal flakes. Then grab a flashlight and inspect your drain pan. If you spot a metallic sparkle, that's your engine's early cry for help. Forget dealership slogans and laboratory oil tests. Real car care happens in your garage, with your hands, your eyes, and your instincts. Keep that oil fresh, and you won't just save money. You'll save your engine from an early death and a $12,000 repair bill that no one sees coming. Habit number 10, the warm-up period. If you're the kind of person who starts your car, puts it in gear, and floors it immediately, you're slowly murdering your engine. During cold starts, up to 90% of engine wear occurs because thick, cold oil takes time to circulate. Until that happens, your engine's components, the camshafts, bearings, and pistons, are grinding metal against metal, waiting for lubrication that hasn't arrived yet. This is especially harsh in cold weather. The situation is even worse for turbocharged engines, which can spin up to 200,000 RPM. These engines hate dry starts and suffer tremendous wear if not given proper warm-up time. As I've told my clients for decades, always let your engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before driving. Then, for the first 5 to 10 minutes, keep your RPMs low. No flooring, racing, or heavy loads. Allow the oil, coolant, and transmission fluid to reach normal operating temperatures before you push your car. Warming up your engine isn't wasted time. It's one of the smartest habits you can develop if you want your engine to last 500,000 miles or more. Habit number 9, the idling myth. Now, just because you should warm up your engine doesn't mean you should leave it idling for 10 minutes. Excessive idling is just as damaging as cold revving. When your engine idles too long, it doesn't reach its ideal temperature quickly enough, which leads to incomplete fuel burn and carbon buildup inside the combustion chamber and intake valves. This is especially problematic for direct injection engines, which are common in many modern Ford, Hyundai, and Volkswagen vehicles. If this carbon buildup isn't addressed, it can clog the intake valves and cost anywhere from $500 to $200 to clean. During extended idling, your oil pressure also remains low, preventing proper lubrication for upper-end components like lifters and cams. Over time, this causes sludge and premature wear. You don't need to let your car idle for 20 minutes in the cold or keep your air conditioner running for 30 minutes in the heat while parked. The sweet spot is simple. Idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently to warm everything up properly. That balance keeps your engine healthy and efficient. 8th habit, the PCV valve bomb. Most drivers have no idea what a PCV valve is, and that's exactly how engines end up destroyed. Ignoring this $10 part can easily turn into $2,000 in damage. The PCV, or positive crankcase ventilation valve, is a small but crucial component that channels pressure and blow-by gases from the crankcase back into the intake to be burned off. Simple enough, right? The problem is, it clogs over time, and when it does, pressure builds up inside the engine. That pressure forces oil past seals, damages gaskets, fouls spark plugs, and can even crack valve covers or blow out rear main seals. I've seen engines with sludge so thick it looked like chocolate pudding because the PCV valve was jammed shut. When left open, it can cause vacuum leaks that lead to oil starvation and rough performance. The PCV valve should be replaced every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, or sooner, if you notice strange oil leaks or take short trips frequently. Replacing it usually takes just 5 to 15 minutes, making it an inexpensive insurance policy for a healthy engine. You can replace the PCV and still have poor fuel economy though, because another overlooked part might be to blame. 7th habit, the secret of the MAF sensor. If your car feels sluggish, idles roughly, or uses more fuel than usual, there's a good chance your MAF sensor is dirty. Not broken, just dirty. The mass airflow sensor measures how much air enters the engine so it can properly balance the air-fuel mixture. Over time, it becomes coated with dust, oil, and grime, throwing off the readings and causing poor performance. Too much or too little fuel makes your engine run inefficiently, and I've seen people waste hundreds of dollars replacing injectors, coils, and plugs when all they really needed was a 5-minute cleaning and a $7 can of MAF cleaner. Never use brake cleaner or carb spray. Those will damage the sensor. Use a proper MAF cleaner like CRC. Simply unplug the sensor, remove it, spray it lightly, let it air dry, and reinstall it. Do not touch the delicate wires inside. This should be done every 12 months or 15,000 miles, especially if you drive in dusty areas or use oiled air filters. If you're unsure whether your MAF sensor is failing, symptoms include rough idle, hesitation, stalling, and poor fuel economy. Habit number 6, the air filter scam. Your engine breathes air just like you do. Expecting it to perform with a clogged or cheap air filter is like trying to run with a rag stuffed in your mouth. A dirty filter disrupts your air-fuel ratio, restricts airflow, and kills performance. The results are reduced fuel economy, sluggish throttle response, and carbon buildup in your intake and valves. I've pulled filters from cars that looked like rat nests, chewed up foam, seeds, and insulation. I even found a live mouse once. Cheap, no-name filters don't seal properly, allowing dust and grit to enter the engine, wearing down piston rings and cylinder walls over time. I recommend using quality filters from Bosch, Wix, Fram Ultra, or K&N, if maintained correctly. In dusty areas, replace your air filter every 15 to 30,000 miles. A quick test, hold it up to the light. If light can't pass through, it's time to replace it. Habit number 5. The spark plug trap. Your engine is only as strong as the spark that ignites it, whether you drive a Civic or a Corvette. Using low-quality or no-name spark plugs is a recipe for misfires, poor fuel economy, and long-term engine damage. Spark plugs do more than just ignite the fuel. They control combustion timing, burn efficiency, and even emissions. Cheap plugs can cause your engine to run rough at idle, misfire under load, or trigger diagnostic codes like P0300 or P0301. I've seen customers come in with ticking engines, only to find they installed $2 plugs from a discount store. Replacing them with proper NGK, Denso, or OEM plugs brought the engine back to life instantly. Most modern engines require platinum or iridium-tipped plugs, which burn cleaner, last longer, and handle higher heat. Replace them every 60 to 100,000 miles, depending on your vehicle. Always check the gap unless the plugs come pre-gapped from the manufacturer. Avoid cheap online deals or brands like Autolite. Spending an extra $20 now can save you from spending $1,500 later on coils, catalytic converters, or worse. Step 4. Pay attention to the check engine light. That small amber light on your dashboard isn't a suggestion, it's a warning. Your car is telling you something's wrong, and ignoring it can turn a minor issue into a major repair. I've seen people drive for months with the check engine light on, thinking everything sounds fine, only to end up with burned catalytic converters, damaged pistons, or transmissions stuck in limp mode. Common trouble codes can give you early clues. Codes P0171 and P0174 indicate the engine is running too lean. P0300 shows random misfires, while P0301 through P0308 point to specific cylinders. P0420 means your catalytic converter is below efficiency. P0440 or P0455 signal an EVAP system leak, often caused by a loose gas cap or faulty purge valve. P0113 means a high intake air temperature reading, and P0128 points to a thermostat stuck open. Codes P0133 or P0153 indicate slow oxygen sensor responses, while P0325 means a knock sensor malfunction. Ignoring these can turn a $50 fix into a $2,000 disaster. Buy a simple OBD2 scanner for around $25, plug it in, read the code, and fix the issue, or take it to a mechanic. Many auto parts stores, like AutoZone, will scan it for free. In the description below, you'll find a list of the same tools and products I personally use in my shop. Habit number 3, the timing belt bomb. The timing belt doesn't send warnings before it snaps. It just does. 1 second, your engine hums smoothly. The next, it's pure destruction. In a heartbeat, your valves and pistons collide, and your once healthy engine becomes a pile of scrap metal. I've seen it happen too many times. A broken timing belt can cost you anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 in damage. Bent valves, cracked pistons, broken camshafts, the works. So don't play the odds. Depending on your car, replace that belt every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Check your owner's manual, or better yet, talk to a seasoned mechanic. Cars known for belt failure include the 90s to 2000s Honda Accord and Civic, Toyota 4Runner and Tacoma V6, Subaru Outback and Legacy 2.5L, Mitsubishi Lancer and Galant, and the Chrysler or Dodge 2.7L V6. And here's the golden rule. When you replace the belt, also replace the idler pulleys, tensioner, and water pump. You've already opened the engine. Don't cut corners now. Because when the belt goes, your engine won't even make a sound. It'll just die. Replace it now or pay later. Your choice. Habit number 2, the killer of short trips. Those quick 1 to 3 mile drives, school runs, grocery stops, and short commutes may look harmless, but they're silent engine assassins. When your engine never fully warms up, your oil can't reach its optimal 210 degrees. That means it fails to burn off moisture, fuel vapors, and contaminants. Over time, this forms a milky sludge that clogs lifters, rusts internal parts, and destroys the PCV system. I once tore down a Toyota engine that had only 80,000 miles on it, yet it looked like it had done 300,000. The inside was pure sludge, no oil, no life left in it. The fix is simple. Once or twice a week, take your car on a 15 to 20-minute highway drive. Let the oil heat up, circulate, and clean itself out. Remember, driving less doesn't always mean less wear. Engines that never get hot actually wear out faster. Habit number 1, the overload effect. Let's get real. Your car is not a dump truck, so don't treat it like one. Bricks, furniture, cement bags, these things might fit, but your car was never designed to carry them. Every vehicle has a maximum load limit called the Gross Vehicle Weight Rating, GVWR, and exceeding it is mechanical suicide. I'll never forget the man who loaded 10 sacks of cement into his little Toyota Corolla. The poor car screamed through every gear, overheating and struggling to move. A week later, the radiator cracked, the transmission slipped, the head gasket blew, and the engine was finished. When you overload your vehicle, everything suffers. Engine, transmission, suspension, and brakes. The cooling system can't cope. The gearbox overheats, and fuel economy drops like a rock. Check your door label for payload and tow limits, and respect those numbers. Because once you ignore them, it's not a question of if something fails, but when. Bonus. Tip 1, the coolant con. Don't fall for the lifetime coolant myth. It's one of the biggest lies in the car world. No coolant lasts forever. Even the fancy pink, orange, or blue ones break down after 5 years of heat cycles. When that happens, they turn acidic and start eating your engine from the inside, corroding water pumps, clogging heater cores, and blowing head gaskets. If you notice white smoke from the exhaust, disappearing coolant, or random misfires, your engine is already crying for help. The solution is simple. Flush your coolant and replace your thermostat every 50,000 to 80,000 miles. The thermostat may be a small, inexpensive part, but when it fails to close, your engine can overheat in minutes. Coolant is cheap. Thermostats are cheap. Engines are not. Change them before your car begs for mercy. Bonus tip 2, clean the throttle body. Every 50,000 miles, give your throttle body some attention. If your car idles roughly, accelerates sluggishly, or feels hesitant, carbon buildup is likely choking it. The throttle plate can't open smoothly, airflow drops, and your engine begins to gasp for air. Over time, the computer compensates by adjusting fuel and idle settings just to keep it running. But that stress costs you power, fuel, and money. Cleaning it is easy. Remove the intake hose, open the throttle plate, and wipe away the carbon. It takes minutes, costs almost nothing, and saves you hundreds down the road. A clean throttle means smoother acceleration, better fuel economy, and an engine that breathes freely again. Even after mastering these habits, most drivers still miss one crucial thing: the hidden killers of automatic transmissions.